Welcome to the Stony Brook Media Group's first show of the semester. I'm Miriam Gerges.
And I'm Angelique Powell. We have a lot of news to get covered today, so let's get started.
Biden signed an executive order that targets illegal Israeli settlers in the West Bank of Israel who have been attacking Palestinians by threats and any attempts to seize or destroy their property in the occupied territory. The order has placed 4 individuals with financial sanctions and visa bans because of their past with attacking Palestinians. Many settlers in the West Bank hold U.S. citizenship but are prohibited from conducting businesses with the sanctioned individuals. Biden's order is perceived to be a rare action against the United States' closest ally in the Middle East region. However, U.S. officials have stated that the Israeli government was notified in advance about the sanctions. In December, the state had announced that they would impose travel bans on extremist Jewish settlers. The department has not announced any individual bans. Arab American community members in Michigan are discouraging voters to support Biden in the general election because of their frustration with his Israel policies.
Now our reporters Miles Reese and Brittany Dietz dive into the first Black History Month event hosted by our own Stony Brook University organizations and clubs.
In honor of Black History Month, the Office of Diversity, Intercultural Engagement, along with the Black Student Union, is hosting their very first Black History Month takeover right here in the Stony Brook Union. There's food, there's dancing, and there's music, so let's see what they have in store for us tonight.
To kick off the event, the Stony Brook Gospel Choir performed the Black National Anthem and filled up the Union with their voices. The focus of this takeover was to reimagine Black History Month by being student-centered, to allow the community to be seen, to be heard, and most importantly, to feel valued.
The major goal is to unify the Pan-African diaspora in all the clubs and orgs and just in their individual identities.
This is also an event about bringing community together, sharing, who we are culturally, our identities together, but also educating ourselves about the Black experience collectively.
The atmosphere created in the Union by the community was the perfect way to celebrate the heritage of Black History Month and to be reminded of what this month means to them.
So this month to me is about legacy and pride and just everything that's connected to the Black identity.
Black History Month means to me where I get to be reminded of where I come from, my roots, the struggles that I've been through, the life lessons I've learned, the skills I've built to be resilient.
It's about honoring our ancestors, honoring those who have come before us that's tread a path. And it's also just about remembering the things that affect our community, giving back to our community and making sure that everything that we do, every step that we take, every word that we say is there to uplift our community and uplift everything that we stand for.
The event allowed students to form connections with people they have never met, and the specific dress attire really connected the community.
Being in all Black shows solidarity, so we're creating community even if you're not speaking to someone, seeing somebody who looks like you and dressed like you, that does it.
What a great start to a very important month. This is Brittany Dietz reporting for the Stony Brook Media Group.
Hey, it's great to see the community come together. What did you think about it?
I honestly really enjoyed when the choir sang the Black National Anthem. It's nice to see communities celebrate. Now we have Allison and Audrey for Media Minute discussing latest award show updates.
Welcome to the Media Minute, where you get all your updates on pop culture. For the month of February, it's important that we showcase many notable achievements for Black History Month. Let's start by talking about one of the biggest nights to happen in music.
Trevor Noah will be hosting the 66th Annual Grammys. The award show is set to take place in Los Angeles, California, and for the first time, the Academy will be showcasing 3 new categories, one of them being Best African Music Performance.
Some notable names for the award that were nominated were Tyla for her popular track Water, Burna Boy for his song City Boys, and various other talented artists. So make sure that you tune in at Sunday at 8 p.m. to catch the award show.
More on award ceremonies, it was just announced that Tracee Ellis Ross will be hosting this year's Billboard Women in Music. This award show focuses on the amazing contributions women have made in the music industry. The event is set to take place March 6th at the YouTube Theater in California.
The honorees this year include Thames for Breakthrough Award, Ice Spice for the Hitmaker Award, Victoria Monet for the Rising Star, and many more. These are just a few of the talented figures who will be taking the world by storm this year.
And thank you for tuning into the Media Minute. Catch us next week for a daily pop culture rundown.
Now, for our international corner with Zoe Busowitz to discuss Ukrainian war, Greta Thunberg, and a spy pigeon.
Thank you, Angelique. On January 24th, a Russian military transport plane was shot down. Russian officials accused Ukraine of the shooting. Kyiv has not confirmed nor denied involvement. Russia claims that of the 74 deaths associated with the incident, 65 were Ukrainian prisoners of war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky decried this claim as propaganda and an attempt to demotivate Ukrainian citizens. Yesterday, in a televised conference, a Ukrainian intelligence officer said that Russia refuses to hand over the bodies of these alleged prisoners. Independent sources have not been able to verify who was responsible for the shooting or if there were Ukrainian prisoners on board the plane. Today, the International Court of Justice in The Hague responded to Ukraine's request regarding Moscow's accusations of genocide. The court determined that it has jurisdiction to rule on whether Ukraine is responsible for genocide, a claim vehemently denied by Kyiv, especially after it was used to justify Russia's initial invasion. However, the court rejected two other requests from Kyiv, stating it cannot rule on whether Russia's invasion and recognition of breakaway states violated the 1948 Genocide Convention. Greta Thunberg, the 21-year-old climate activist known for School Streak for Klimatet, was acquitted of criminal charges this morning in London. Thunberg was one of a handful of protesters arrested in October for breaching the Public Order Act after blocking access to a major oil and gas conference. Judge John Law dismissed the case against Thunberg and four other defendants, stating that police orders were, quote, so unclear that the activists' lack of compliance did not constitute an offense. Thunberg has previously been fined twice for blocking traffic during protests in her home country of Sweden. A pigeon accused of being a Chinese spy has been cleared of charges and set free. The pigeon, captured in the Indian port city of Mumbai, was found with rings of Chinese writing tied around its legs. Detectives suspected the pigeon to be part of a larger Chinese espionage operation and detained the bird to an animal hospital, where it remained for 8 months. Today, animal activists celebrate the release of the pigeon from what they claim was, quote, unlawful imprisonment after it emerged that the bird was actually an escaped racing pigeon from Taiwan. Back to you, Mariam and Angelique.
I'm so glad that pigeon is free. And now we have Sky Crabtree with our political unit telling us about local politics and the national elections.
Hello, Seawolves, and welcome back to the first political corner of 2024. I'm your new host, Sky Crabtree. Over the coming months, we will be bringing you the latest news on the 2024 presidential campaign, as well as all the local elections happening right here on Long Island. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is responding to comments made by the head of the Republican National Committee. In an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Haley said that the RNC is clearly not an honest broker, and her response comes after RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel said that the GOP should unite behind former President Donald Trump, suggesting that the general election will be against Trump and current President Joe Biden. Haley goes on to say that it is rather too early to determine who will become the Republican presidential nominee, as only 2 states have voted so far. Currently, in the Republican primaries, Haley has won 17 delegates and needs 1,215 more. Meanwhile, Trump is in the lead, edging out Haley with 32 delegates. The next primary election for Republicans is next Tuesday in Nevada. And writer E. Jean Carroll has been awarded $83 million in her legal battle against former President Donald Trump. The lawsuit alleged Trump's claim that Carroll made up the rape allegation was defamatory towards Carroll's career back in 2019. This is in addition to the $5 million Carroll was awarded last year, where Trump was found guilty of sexually assaulting her. In a statement, Carroll said that the jury's verdict has been a great victory for every woman. Since the verdict, Trump has gone to social media to claim that the judicial system is broken and unfair. Trump is also considering appealing the court's most recent decision, as he is already in the process of appealing the first one. The race for the House seat of the 3rd District of New York is becoming even hotter because of former Congressman George Santos' expulsion. The 3rd District is holding a special election to determine who will succeed him. As such, Republicans are now targeting Democrat Tom Suozzi, who is in the running for the seat. They are pressuring Suozzi into making a statement regarding Governor Kathy Hochul's new budget proposal. Although the plan does aid the large influx of migrants entering New York, it would also lead to severe spending cuts for many schools, some of which are located in the 3rd District. However, it is Republican leaders like Texas Governor Greg Abbott who have been sending migrants to New York, further straining the state's budget. So far, Suozzi has said the targeting is just political talk, and the state special election will occur in 2 weeks against Suozzi and Republican candidate Mazi Philip. And that concludes this week's edition of the Political Corner. Tune in next week for continued coverage of United States politics. Once again, I'm Sky Crabtree.
That's it for today's edition of the Stony Brook Media Group News Shows. I'm Miriam Gerges.
And I'm Angelique Powell. Have a great Friday, Seawolves.